What's up, weirdos? I'm Felicia and I like scary movies, and I have a question for you. How's it going with your roommate during quarantine? Are you happy? Watching Disney movies, making nice meals together, having a good old grand old time? Well, not for long. Also, before we really go in here, I do have to point out the fact that I'm wearing this Sagittarius shirt, which is what I am, that has Brittany shaving her head on it. And why I have not worn this every single day of quarantine, I don't know. And to be clear, I really love and respect Britney Spears and follow her very strange Instagram account. So, let's get into it. Now, as it says in the title, this is 3 movies not to watch with your roommate. I know a lot of you are stuck inside with a roommate you may or may not love or may not hate. But either way, I would avoid the following films. First off, we have Single White Female from 1992. This one's pretty obvious, right? Pretty obvious. But have you seen this movie recently? I watched it a couple of years ago, and it holds up. It stars Bridget Fonda and Jennifer Jason Leigh, and it's about a woman named Allison who puts out an ad for a new roommate, and who should show up but Hendra. At first they hit it off, they're having a good old time, becoming practically sisters, until Hendra starts to get crazy. Hendra starts to get more and more obsessed with Allison to the point of actually starting to wear her clothes and become her. Ooh, super scary. Honestly, this movie rules and is genuinely creepy and scary throughout. Highly recommend. The next movie on this list, I don't know if I recommend or not in general, but I'm putting it on this list, and it's called The Roommate from 2011. This just came on Netflix this month, and I watched it for one reason, and one reason only, and that is that it stars Leighton Meester of Gossip Girl. I still think that Blair Waldorf is one of the greatest character arcs in all of television. Comment if you agree. Don't comment if you don't agree. But plot-wise, this is about college freshman Sarah. She's at some sort of fashion design school, and she starts to realize that her roommate is getting dangerously obsessed with her. Now, once again, I'm not saying this is a great movie. It sort of felt like the CW version of Single White Female, and for a couple of reasons. One, because of the overall vibe and color palette, and also because it has Nina Dobrev and Kat Graham from Vampire Diaries. Nina Dobrev has one scene, and Kat Graham has one line. But I found that all very, very funny. It's an enjoyable watch. If you're not expecting anything, it's just a fun little thriller. It's rated PG-13. There's not much blood or guts or anything. It's just a fun little watch. But I will also say the main character of Sarah is extremely boring and wears this really stupid hat. I don't know why, but that hat made me really, really angry. Like, it's a hideous hat. This movie also definitely borrows a lot from Single White Female. There are a couple of scenes and shots that I'm just like, this is literally from the movie, right? So once again, not great, but enjoyable, and works on this list. And finally, the third movie on here is Whatever Happened to Baby Jane. And maybe this is just an excuse for me to tell you again to watch Whatever Happened to Baby Jane, because it is perfect in every way. This movie came out in 1962 and stars Bette Davis and Joan Crawford. It can also be categorized in the hagsploitation era of films. We have 2 sisters, one Baby Jane Hudson, who was a child star in the vaudeville days, and her older sister Blanche, who became a film starlet later on in life. Due to an unfortunate accident, Blanche becomes a paraplegic, and she is basically held captive by her sister Baby Jane in their giant falling apart Hollywood mansion, and it is so dark and twisted and weird. I freaking love this movie, but in terms of roommates, Baby Jane is the worst. This movie also has one of my favorite closing scenes of any movie I've ever seen in my whole life. If you know what I'm talking about, it has to do with Baby Jane dancing on the beach, and it is so freaking crazy. I love it. And that's it, people. 3 movies not to watch with your roommate. I don't know if all of these that I'm doing right now are going to be quarantine themed, but hey, they might be. I don't know. Now down in the comments, let me know something that has brought you some joy this week. It can be so small, or it could be big, whatever it is, something that brought you a feeling of like, everything's going to be okay. I want to hear about it down in the comments. But that's it, people. Have a nice screen. Bye.